Well, hello everybody. I'm sitting here and I'm enjoying the site that I'm in tremendously. Um, it's like I said in the earlier videos. It's in a little cove. I've got a beach in front, a beach on the side, beach on the other side. So I am surrounded by water almost. um, but I'm thinking about a lot of people like me, nomads, that with the way things are right now, I've had several people mention, well, you're lucky because you're away from everyone. Well, I'm not away from everyone all the time. There's such a thing as you got to go to the grocery store, and I isolate myself a lot. But I don't want to do it to such a degree where I don't have a life at all. We've decided to go and have maybe breakfast or lunch in the restaurant, but we're very, very selective where we're going. We also wear our mask, and if they don't have distancing inside, I don't stay in there. I just leave. I don't need to be in there. Um, we went to a restaurant yesterday in Louisiana on the other side of the Sabine River, and the waitress and all had masks on. The waitresses had masks on. So, hey, that's great. I appreciate that. There was only a couple of guys on the table quite a ways from me. Um, and then a couple came in, or maybe it was just one. Anyhow, they came in right before we left, but they were situated a long ways from me. Um, the only thing that it really got to me was we had stopped at an Exxon station, which is like a truck stop, really, right there by Pendleton Bridge, not too far from it, in Louisiana. That place had a lot of people in it. I went there to go get my fishing license. And Noah and I were the only people that had masks on. The only people. They did have some distancing. I did see that because I didn't go all over the store. I just went right to where to get my fishing license. And they had the mark, for distancing. But nevertheless, everybody doesn't obey that. Me, if I see somebody coming towards me, man, I head the other way. I'm out of there. But to be honest, we have to live a normal life as much as we can. But still be very, very careful. Still follow guidelines. Okay, so some of y'all don't think it's really real, That's okay. I don't care. Because whether it is or it isn't, and when I think of how many people have died, I wonder, Makes you wonder, right? But yeah, I'm careful. I'm very careful. I'm 77 years old. I want to live another, not 77 years, but another good 10, 12 years. I don't care. 20 years. As long as I've got this, I'll be fine. My mother was 90 years old. My grandmother was 86. My father was 80. I think he was 86 also when he passed away. So I have, if you go by that, I have a few more years to go. And I want to let it be. As far as traveling, as a nomad, of course, we got to stop. We got to get gas, snacks, whatever. And find places that we can go to. Because most of us nomads do not go to parks to campgrounds as far as those that you got to pay. Most of us go to the national forest or, any land that, any kind of area where it is free to stay at for a couple of weeks. Most of us do. Not all of us. But it's becoming a little bit more difficult to find those places. A lot of places like campgrounds, this is for those that do pay. Campgrounds are really difficult to find because they're closing them up because of this pandemic that we're having. And I can understand why. I mean, I was freaking out when we were living in the RV park. I was freaking out. I did not like having people around me. I rarely walked out that door unless it was to walk the dogs. That's it. I didn't care to go out. Here, I can go out. I can get in the water. I can walk around. And if somebody comes and camps on the other side of the cove, that's okay. Because they're quite a distance from me. And I don't try to make friends. I don't. I know it may sound terrible, but I don't try to make friends. I hate to make friends and then say goodbye. So I try to avoid people as much as possible unless I know them. If I know them, like maybe, let's say one of you all were in my area and you decided to come over and visit. That I would love. But again, I would be very careful, and I expected you to be very careful, But this pandemic has really put a crunch on a lot of nomads. I know areas because I have been around here so long that we can go to and be safe at. I plan to go to Florida this winter. And that, too, will depend on the situation as to how this pandemic is going, which I don't expect a lot of changes in it. If not a lot of positive changes, but a lot of negative changes, yes, I do. Because people are not being careful. Because people are not believing. And the young people, I remember when I was young. Whoa, it was a long time ago. I thought I'd never age. I thought nothing could ever harm me. What did I think? Death? What's that? Nah, that's for old people. I'm sorry, it does come. Age does come. But I can honestly remember saying, that'll never happen to me. I will never be like that. I will never have those aches and pains. I will never get old. And what happened? One morning I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, oh, I'm hurting. Oh my goodness. And oh my God, who is that on the mirror? Who is that person in the mirror? Well, that was me. I aged. I aged. It's not funny, but it is funny. So, young people think, okay, it's not going to harm us, but it isn't what it's going to do to you. Maybe it won't harm you, but maybe some loved one that you have. Maybe your mother, your grandmother, your grandparents, other young people, because it's happening to the young people as well now. Just, I'm not saying you've got to believe the way I do, because you can't. You're you, I'm me. But nevertheless, be careful. Take precautions. Even if you don't believe it, take precautions. Because it might be you or someone you love. I like that I live the way I do because I'm away from most people. Unless I choose to go to them, I'm away from them. Okay? Wherever I go, and even before the pandemic, wherever I went, I try to stay away from people. I would meet them. I love to say, hi, how are you? Da-da, talk, chit-chat for a little bit. But then I'm on my own. I go back into my little old area and stay there. I don't visit. I just don't. I've never been that way. Visit me, okay. Don't stay long. No, I'm playing. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, peace, air hugs. Don't forget, this is the new norm. This is not the old norm. So let's try to adjust to the new norm as much as we can, if not for ourselves, for those that we love. Peace again.